Love is a journey full of challenges, where conflicts are inevitable. But can we face these disagreements with calmness, reason, and maturity? Stoic philosophy, with its profound principles of self-control, patience, and forgiveness, holds the key to overcoming conflicts in love. Let's explore how to apply these values to build a strong, lasting relationship full of understanding. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Stoic Love Wisdom channel, a space where classical Stoic philosophy illuminates the path of love and personal development. If you're looking for ways to maintain emotional balance, overcome challenges in relationships, and find peace amid the turbulence of modern life, then this video is for you. In this video, we will explore how to handle conflicts in love. Join me as we uncover the secrets and strategies from Stoic philosophy to build a powerful and enduring love, while gaining a deeper understanding of ourselves. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the latest insights. Now, let's get started. In life, conflicts and disagreements are inevitable, especially in love. These tense moments can arise from misunderstandings, differences in perspectives, or even negative emotions when faced with change. However, instead of allowing these conflicts to destroy the relationship, we can find ways to deal with them maturely and patiently. One of the philosophies that can help us face these situations is Stoic thinking. Stoicism is a way of life originating from ancient Greece, developed by philosophers such as Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius. One of the most important principles of Stoicism is accepting what cannot be controlled and focusing on improving oneself and one's actions. This philosophy does not encourage us to avoid emotions, but rather helps us understand and control them, so that we can live a peaceful and purposeful life. In romantic relationships, Stoic philosophy can help us face conflicts by realizing that not everything in love is under our control. The feelings, actions, and reactions of the other person may be beyond our reach, but how we respond can be shaped and controlled. This is how Stoicism can help us face conflicts in love with calmness and reason. Accept the truth that conflicts are inevitable. One of the most important aspects of Stoic thinking is acceptance. When facing conflict in love, the first thing you need to do is accept that conflict is unavoidable. Differences in viewpoints, perceptions, and needs are natural in any relationship. We cannot change the fact that sometimes, love will face challenges. According to Epictetus, we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. When you accept that conflict is inevitable, you will not feel disappointed or saddened when love faces difficulties. You will be ready to approach the problem calmly and find a solution. Control your emotions. A fundamental principle of Stoicism is the control of emotions. While love can stir up strong emotions, Stoicism advises us not to let emotions dictate our actions. When conflict arises, if we cannot control our emotions, we may easily make hasty decisions, or even hurt the person we love. Instead of letting emotions lead the way, Stoicism values reason and calmness. If you feel angry or hurt, instead of reacting immediately, take time to reflect and understand the cause of these emotions. Seneca once said, "When you are angry, do not let it lead you, stop and think." When we master our emotions, we will be able to respond wisely and reasonably, rather than hurting the relationship. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. One important aspect of love is the ability to understand and empathize. When conflict occurs, Stoicism advises us to view the situation from the perspective of the other person. This does not mean agreeing with their viewpoint, but at least understanding the feelings and reasons behind their actions. Marcus Aurelius, one of the famous Stoic philosophers, said, "Always remember that others do not harm you because they want to hurt you, but because they are influenced by their own emotions and thoughts." Understanding and empathizing with the person you love can help you reduce anger and frustration when conflict arises. Moreover, it also helps us improve communication and resolve issues more effectively. Focus on what you can control. Another important principle of Stoicism is distinguishing between what you can control and what you cannot. In love, you cannot control every action, thought, or emotion of the other person, but you can control how you respond to their actions. When conflict arises, instead of complaining about the things you cannot change, focus on what you can control. You can control how you listen to the other person, how you communicate, and how you respond to the issue. Instead of feeling helpless or disappointed because you cannot change the other person, remember that your power lies within yourself. Practice forgiveness. Forgiveness is an essential part of any relationship, and it is also an important value in Stoic philosophy. In love, there will be times when we feel hurt or betrayed. However, instead of holding on to these negative feelings, Stoicism advises us to forgive. Seneca once said, "When we forgive others, we do not do it because they deserve forgiveness, but because we do not want to let anger hold us back." Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or accepting wrongful actions, but it is a way to free ourselves from negative emotions and continue the relationship in a healthy manner. Learn to let go of expectations. One of the main causes of conflict in love is unrealistic expectations. Sometimes, we may set too high expectations for the other person, and when they cannot meet them, we feel disappointed and angry. Stoicism teaches us that things do not always happen as we wish, and sometimes, letting go of expectations is the way to reduce suffering. When you let go of expectations and accept things as they are, you will feel freer and less affected by changes or failures in the relationship. Love and appreciate your partner for who they are, not for what you expect them to become. Seek inner peace. Stoicism advises us to seek peace within ourselves, rather than seeking it from external sources. In love, inner peace helps us face conflicts calmly and reasonably. When you have inner peace, you will not let conflicts or disagreements destroy your happiness. Epictetus said, "Happiness is not something that can come from outside, but something we find within our own souls." When you know how to maintain peace within, you will be able to face any challenges in love with strength. Improve yourself through conflict. Remember that every conflict is an opportunity to improve yourself and your relationship. Stoicism does not see conflict as something negative but as part of the growth process. Use every difficulty to learn and become stronger. When you learn to handle conflicts with Stoic thinking, you will not only become a better partner but also a stronger person in life. Facing the truth realistically. Stoic philosophy not only teaches us acceptance but also encourages us to confront the truth realistically and without deception. In love, we may sometimes feel hurt by the words, actions, or silence of the person we love, but rather than living in illusions or deceiving ourselves, Stoicism advises us to face the truth honestly. When conflict arises, it is crucial not to deny our emotions, but also not to let them control our actions. Being aware of what is happening and having an objective view of the issue will help you make wise decisions about how to act appropriately. Sometimes, accepting things that cannot be changed will help you no longer be deeply affected by feelings of disappointment or anger. Another important point is recognizing that everyone has different perspectives, beliefs, and needs. We cannot expect others to feel or act just like us. This does not mean we should not try to understand them, but rather accept that everyone has their own way of perceiving and reacting to situations. Listening and communicating positively. Stoicism encourages us to always control our words and actions, especially in situations of conflict. One of the key principles in this philosophy is self-control in speech, as words can hurt and cannot be taken back once spoken. When conflicts arise, instead of reacting with harsh words, take a moment to stop, breathe deeply, and think before speaking. Effective communication is one of the most important factors in resolving conflicts in love. This is not just about what you say, but also how you listen to the other person. During a disagreement, make sure to listen to your partner fully. Not just with your ears but with your heart. Try to understand their perspective before responding. This not only helps reduce tension but also increases respect and connection in the relationship. According to Stoicism, we are not what happens to us, but how we respond to what happens to us. Effective communication is the best way to adjust how you respond to conflicts, rather than letting emotions dictate your actions. Focusing on long-term goals. One of the important pieces of advice from Stoic philosophy is to focus on things of long-term value rather than short-lived or momentary matters. In love, conflicts may make you feel helpless or disappointed in the short term, but remember that these conflicts are just a small part of the long journey of love. Stoicism teaches us that facing challenges in relationships is not a bad thing, but an opportunity to practice patience and perseverance. When you maintain a long-term perspective and do not let temporary emotions control you, you will be able to sustain a lasting relationship. What matters is not allowing minor conflicts to dominate the entire relationship, but focusing on the long-term goal of love and growth. Love is an ever-changing journey, and every conflict is an opportunity for both of you to learn, grow, and become stronger. When you focus on what matters most in the relationship, you can easily overcome challenges and find ways to solve problems without losing direction. Learning from conflicts. Every conflict in love is a valuable lesson. Stoicism not only teaches us how to face difficulties but also helps us realize that challenges are opportunities for self-growth. When conflicts occur, take time to reflect on their causes and outcomes. Do not just view conflicts as negative, instead, see them as an opportunity to learn and improve. Conflicts can make us realize aspects of ourselves or our relationship that we may have never noticed before. You might realize that you are too hasty or lack patience, or perhaps you recognize that your partner has needs you've never fully understood. Learn to use every conflict as an opportunity to understand more about yourself and the one you love. Maintaining patience and calmness. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of patience and calmness in every situation. When conflicts arise, anger only makes the situation more tense and difficult to resolve. One of the core principles of Stoicism is, nothing is permanent, and every situation will pass. If you can be patient and not let your emotions overwhelm you, you will be able to find solutions and move forward without being hurt. Patience in love may come from practicing self-control. When facing difficulties in a relationship, do not rush to find solutions but take time to consider all aspects of the problem. Patience allows you to see more clearly and make wiser decisions. Experiencing freedom and independence. Stoicism not only teaches us how to handle conflicts but also teaches us how to maintain freedom and independence within a relationship. While love is about connection between two people, each individual must retain their own autonomy and independence. When you know how to stay grounded, you will not be as easily affected by conflicts or emotions within the relationship. Freedom does not mean being distant or lacking commitment, but rather the ability to maintain your personal identity within love. When you can preserve your freedom and independence in a relationship, you will not rely too heavily on others to define your self-worth, and you will be able to face conflicts calmly and rationally. Seeking balance between emotions and reason. One of the important lessons that Stoic philosophy teaches us is how to maintain a balance between emotions and reason. In love, it is easy to get swept away by emotions and react impulsively when conflicts arise. However, if we let emotions lead, we may make the wrong decisions or hurt our partner unnecessarily. Stoicism encourages us to practice self-control so that we can view situations rationally. This does not mean we must abandon our emotions in love, but rather learn how to regulate them so they do not overpower our decisions. When you can separate emotions from reason, you will be able to face conflicts calmly, rationally, and find a more reasonable solution. A rational response not only helps reduce stress but also allows you to view the problem more clearly, ultimately leading to better problem solving. The ability to forgive and not hold grudges. Stoicism encourages us to practice forgiveness, not just for others but also for ourselves. Forgiveness is a crucial element in resolving conflicts, as it not only helps us let go of negative emotions but also creates space for reconciliation and the growth of love. In love, when conflicts arise, we often fall into the cycle of resentment, feeling hurt, or taking offense. However, Stoicism teaches us that resentment only amplifies suffering and offers no benefit to the relationship. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting what happened, but rather accepting and learning to view the situation more objectively. Forgiveness is also a way to free yourself from anger, bitterness, and pain, thus creating a healthier space for love to flourish. Mutual respect. Respect is the foundation of any relationship, especially in love. Stoicism teaches us that respect is not something that comes automatically, but must be built through actions and attitudes every day. In love, when conflicts arise, a lack of respect can escalate tensions and make the relationship even more strained. Respecting the other person is not only shown through words, but also through how you behave, listen, and understand. Stoicism advises that we may not always agree with our loved ones, but respecting their point of view is essential. Conflict can only truly be resolved when both parties feel heard and respected, rather than just focusing on defending one's own point of view. Acceptance of each other's past and old wounds. Part of understanding and loving another in a relationship is accepting that everyone has their own past, and sometimes old wounds they carry with them. Past experiences can affect how they react in the present relationship. Stoicism encourages us to view these factors with empathy and not to rush into judgment of the other person. When conflicts arise, you may see your partner react strongly or uncontrollably, and this can surprise or hurt you. However, Stoicism teaches us that every action by another person has its reasons and causes. Instead of rushing to criticize or sulk, try to view the situation from their perspective and understand that old wounds may influence how they handle their emotions in the present. Seeking compromise and finding solutions together. Stoicism encourages us not to cling too strongly to our own ego and views. In love, compromise and the willingness to be flexible in thinking are essential. When conflicts arise, rather than sticking rigidly to our position and refusing to listen to the other person, we should seek compromise. Compromise does not mean sacrificing yourself, but rather finding common ground between both sides. Sometimes, yielding or finding a solution that both feel satisfied with is the way to maintain harmony in a relationship. Stoicism teaches that if you love someone, you must be open and willing to find common ground, rather than stubbornly holding on to your own views. When both of you come together to find a solution, the relationship becomes stronger. Taking time to reflect and renew the relationship. Stoicism advises us that when conflicts arise, we should take time to reflect rather than rush into action. Sometimes, pausing and stepping back to give both sides time for quiet reflection can help resolve the conflict more effectively. Time will help calm emotions and allow you to view the problem more clearly. After reflection, you can renew the relationship by communicating more openly and sincerely with the other person. Both of you can reassess the relationship and look for new ways to move forward together. Love is a continuous process of learning and growing, and each challenge or conflict is an opportunity to renew and strengthen the relationship. Self-control and inner strength. One of the most important principles of Stoic philosophy is self-control and inner strength. In any relationship, we must learn to control ourselves and not let external circumstances control our emotions. When conflict arises in love, rather than letting momentary emotions take over, we need to maintain calmness and self-control. Stoicism teaches that no one can hurt you without your consent. This means that no matter how the other person acts, if you maintain composure and respond intelligently, you can still protect both yourself and the relationship. Practicing self-control in love helps you avoid rash decisions that could only increase tension. When you have self-control, you will not let negative emotions such as anger or resentment control your behavior. Instead, you will master your reactions, take positive and constructive actions, and thereby help the relationship grow sustainably. Putting yourself in the other person's shoes. One of the key lessons in Stoic philosophy is the ability to view every issue from the perspective of others. When conflicts arise in love, we often tend to view the problem only from our own side, without understanding the feelings or perspectives of our partner. However, to resolve conflict effectively, it is important to put yourself in the other person's position. Stoicism encourages us to not only view situations from our own point of view, but also to understand the emotions, thoughts, and motivations of the person we love. When you can put yourself in the other person's shoes, you will have a more empathetic perspective and avoid unnecessary opposition. Sometimes, conflict arises simply due to a lack of understanding and poor communication. By listening and trying to understand the other person, you can find a suitable solution, avoid conflict, and deepen the relationship. Don't be afraid of change and progress together. A romantic relationship is not a fixed state. Stoicism emphasizes that change is inevitable in life, and this is also true in love. When facing conflict, instead of feeling afraid or worried about the future of the relationship, you should view it as an opportunity to grow and progress together. Conflict in love does not necessarily signal the end, but can be an opportunity for both people to learn, change, and mature. When you approach conflict with maturity, you can help the relationship grow stronger, as both of you learn how to adapt, change, and build better habits. Rather than trying to keep things the same or clinging to the past, accept change and face the challenges together. By doing so, you will not only overcome conflict but also make the relationship more stable and mature. Maintain an optimistic mindset in love. Stoicism not only teaches us how to control our emotions and behavior in difficult situations but also encourages us to maintain an optimistic mindset in life, including in love. One way to deal with conflict is to view the difficulties in the relationship as part of the journey, rather than seeing them as insurmountable. An optimistic mindset helps you maintain faith in the future and in both your and your partner's ability to overcome challenges. When you view conflict as an opportunity to learn and grow, you will be able to face it more calmly and patiently. An optimistic mindset does not mean ignoring the problem, but rather approaching it with the belief that everything will be okay and that the relationship can grow stronger after resolving the conflict. Take care of yourself to love others. Stoicism also emphasizes that in order to love and care for others, you must first know how to love and care for yourself. In love, when conflicts arise, we often forget about ourselves, focusing solely on the other person and the relationship. However, if you do not take care of and develop yourself, you will not be able to love others fully. Stoicism encourages us to maintain self-care both physically, mentally, and spiritually. When you are healthy, confident, and satisfied with yourself, you will be able to love others unconditionally. In love, self-care helps you maintain composure when conflicts arise, and also gives you the strength to overcome challenges. Honesty and integrity as the core of relationship. Stoicism asserts that honesty and integrity are the foundation of any lasting relationship. When conflict arises in love, silence or hiding feelings only complicates and intensifies everything. Instead of keeping emotions bottled up inside, always be honest with both yourself and your partner. Honesty not only helps you release emotions but also helps you understand better the issues that both of you are facing. Integrity creates a trusted space where both of you can openly share thoughts, emotions, and desires, thus resolving conflicts more effectively. Build patience and mutual respect. An important principle of Stoic philosophy is patience. When conflict arises in love, our initial reaction is often to rush and want everything to be resolved immediately. However, Stoicism teaches us that patience is a necessary virtue to overcome challenges, and in love, patience can help maintain calmness and stability. Patience does not mean waiting without action. Instead, it is the ability to understand that every issue, including conflicts in a relationship, needs time to be resolved. Sometimes, difficult emotions and situations require time to settle and for both sides to think more carefully. At the same time, patience also helps you respect the other person more, because you will understand that everyone has their own way of handling problems and emotions. When you are patient and create space for both sides to think clearly, you will reduce stress and improve communication in the relationship. Accepting differences and not expecting perfection. Stoicism teaches that humans are imperfect, and we must learn to accept both our own flaws and those of others. In love, conflicts often arise when we have unrealistic expectations or want our partner to meet all our needs. However, Stoic philosophy advises us that perfection is unattainable, and differences between two people are inevitable. Rather than focusing on differences and shortcomings, you should learn to accept them and learn from your partner. Everyone has a different growth process, and in love, these differences don't weaken the relationship but rather contribute to its richness. When you accept your partner with all their flaws, you will learn to love unconditionally and develop a deeper understanding. This doesn't mean ignoring problems, but it helps you view everything with a more compassionate and fair perspective. Focus on action, not judgment or blame. Stoicism not only teaches patience and acceptance but also emphasizes that we should not spend too much time judging or blaming when conflicts arise. Instead, focus on specific actions to solve the problem. Blaming doesn't help resolve conflicts, it only makes the relationship more tense and complicated. When faced with a conflict, finding solutions and taking positive action is key. Instead of getting caught up in criticism, you can focus on improving the current situation by showing sincerity, proactively solving the problem, and building better habits in the relationship. Positive action not only helps resolve conflicts but also strengthens respect and trust between the two people. When you focus on action rather than judgment, you set an example for your partner and promote the relationship's development in a positive direction. Forgiveness, a gift for yourself and your partner. Stoicism asserts that forgiveness is not just an action towards others but also a gift you give to yourself. Forgiveness is an essential part of overcoming conflicts in love. When you forgive, you free yourself from the burden of resentment and frustration, and you don't let negative emotions hinder the growth of the relationship. In love, we will inevitably hurt each other. However, instead of holding on to that hurt, Stoicism encourages us to learn to forgive. Forgiveness doesn't mean agreeing with the wrongdoing, but rather choosing to let go of anger and move forward. When you forgive, you not only help the other person overcome their mistakes but also bring peace to yourself. This is a way to learn, grow, and maintain a strong relationship. Forgiveness also helps minimize hurt and build trust in the relationship. Cherish the present moments. Stoicism teaches that life is short, and we cannot predict the future. Therefore, in relationships, we must learn to cherish the present moments. Conflicts will occur in every relationship, but if you only focus on past issues or worry about the future, you will miss out on precious moments in the present. Take time to truly live in each moment with your loved one, instead of worrying about things that cannot be changed. When you learn to cherish the present, you will reduce tension in the relationship and foster a deeper connection with your partner. Stoicism also emphasizes that every moment is an opportunity to learn and grow. Therefore, if you always live with an attitude of gratitude and appreciation, you will easily overcome challenges in love and make the relationship thrive. Conclusion. Conflicts in love are inevitable, but how we face and resolve these conflicts is what determines the sustainability of the relationship. Stoic philosophy, with principles like self-control, patience, and forgiveness, not only helps us maintain our spirit in difficult times but also provides a strong foundation for love. When dealing with conflicts, instead of reacting hastily, learn to think deeply, accept differences, and be patient in seeking solutions. True love is not a perfect path, but a process of learning and growing together. When you apply Stoic values in relationships, you build deep understanding and respect, creating a lasting bond that overcomes any challenges and grows together. Remember that love is not an easy road, but if you approach the relationship with understanding and respect, you will overcome any difficulty and develop your relationship beautifully. Wishing you continued success and happiness on your journey.